Hey folks, this is Scott Trotter over here in the historic streets of Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Sitting in a unique little spot over here underneath the balcony of the historic Whiting Hotel here. These are apartments, buildings built back in the 20s. Downstairs, retail spaces, really unique space. See that stairwell back there behind me leads up to the hotel. And I sit out here often and hang out and listen to music and entertain folks, and my good friend Lincoln Finley would come rolling up on his bike quite often. And I have a reflection here from a night right over here. We were sitting in this corner, and earlier that day, some folks from this movie was being made here locally. We were hanging out, and then we saw a giant, prehistoric centipede. This ginormous thing. It was early in the day. I mean, we were so big, and I was going to, take care of it because we didn't need that up in the hotel, right? And it was right over here coming off this column. I remember taking it, and we ended up letting it go across the street towards the pharmacy. And I remember it walked over there, and everybody's, it was like this thing, cars driving by, and it made it all the way, and it disappeared. Okay, so it moved on, we thought. So later that night, have an experience right over here. I'm sitting here, and my buddy Lincoln shows up, and we're chilling, and I take this picture that ends up in this really interesting art piece. This is a reflection of Lincoln that I title the Father, protective and stern, and this version of Lincoln sitting here chill one night, and earlier that centipede had been let loose, and here we are, just the two of us sitting over here in that spot. And I remember I was sitting right over here, this other direction, and he was right towards that corner, sitting there and looking at me, and I remember him going, "Hey, huh, hey," and he stood up, and I'm like, I remember I was sketching this, and he goes, "Hey," and I remember looking over, and he did this funny thing. He stood up, and he took this big step, and he goes, "Stomp," and I'm like, "What did he just do?" And he stepped on something. And it was that centipede, that giant centipede had come across the road and walked. It was going straight back to the spot where he found it. He was sitting right in front of it. And it came right back to that spot, and he saw that thing, and it didn't go much further than Lincoln's step. And the father, he's gonna shut that down. No, we ain't playing that game. And so Lincoln, the centipede slayer. But this is a titled piece called "The Father." It's a reflection of Lincoln. Man, it just inspires me so often in the streets of Pawhuska. I just saw him down here riding his bike. He's beautiful. He's turning 80 on December 29th. December. So anyway, I hear he said something about a party. So maybe we'll see a party and we'll get another reflection of Lincoln. But this one is the father, Lincoln Finley, here in the streets of Pawhuska, Oklahoma. This is Scott Trotter. See you guys later. Bye. Oh my gosh, watch out.